Hi guys, it's Nikhil again. Fine. Sorry it took so long for me to get chapter 2 up, but here it is. This is chapter 2. I sat there staring at the man, thinking about what to say. I heard a noise behind me and I turned to look at what it was. What was causing the noise? I turned back to where the guy was. He was gone. I looked around for him, confused. When I didn't see him, I disappointedly started walking home. Looking for someone. A familiar, creepy voice scared me. I turned around to see him again. "Where the hell did you come from?" I shrieked when I saw his face. He just chuckled. "I saw you coming a while ago," he muttered. "So now I have a stalker." There was an edge to his voice. I didn't quite understand why, though. "What's your name?" I asked. He gave me a weird look. I felt my face growing hot with embarrassment. So he didn't notice, I glared at him. "What do you care?" he asked, making me grow even hotter. Thinking quickly of a good reason, I said, "You somehow already know my name, so it's only fair you tell me yours." I glared at him, hoping it was good enough reason for him. "It's Jeff." I was partially surprised he answered me. We sat there for a minute until Jeff broke the silence. "Why did you come looking for me?" he asked, with an eyebrow raised. "I don't know," I said, shrugging my shoulders. "Oh, and the whole stalker crap earlier?" I pointed a finger in his face, raising an eyebrow. "When the hell did I become the stalker here? You're the one who somehow knows my name," I said teasingly. Jeff's point of view. I stood there in surprise that she wasn't afraid of me anymore. Her facial expression was completely different from this morning. I don't know why, but I felt relief wash over me. What's wrong? What's with me? Was she blushing? Why? "Are you alright?" she asked. She stopped pointing at me and was now just looking at me. "Yes, I'm fine," I said quickly. Why does she care? Did I like that she was worrying about me? No, that's impossible. She was looking at me oddly. She didn't believe me. "All right," she said awkwardly. The wind blew, blowing June's hair out of her face. She was so beautiful. Her green eyes shone in the setting sun. I couldn't believe what I was thinking. What's this feeling? No, I'm not. I can't. How is this possible? Ben's never gonna let me hear the end of this. June just sat there staring at me with big green eyes. We sat there in silence, waiting for the other to say something when, "Hey, bitch!" June's point of view. I turned to see the dude from earlier, the one I embarrassed in class, standing behind me. I turned to tell Jeff to leave, but he was already gone. I was sort of relieved, but also disappointed that he left. I turned to look at what was originally one goon came out to be a group of assholes. "Damn it. What the hell do you want?" I snarled, glaring at the head guy. I prepared myself for a fight. I seemed to be in a lot of those lately. I clenched my fists together. Temper, the boy mocked. "Although, I'd be more careful about the tone of voice you give me," he smirked. "And why is that?" I snarled. I snapped. Fear gripping me. They just laughed. What are they up to? Two stepped aside to let one guy pass. He had someone he was holding, forcefully. It was a girl. They took her blindfold off, and I finally saw her face. Laudia. "June, please help me!" She was terrified to be be honest, I was as well. How the hell was I going to deal with this alone? Jeff's point of view. I walked slowly through the forest, my heart pounding. I felt bad leaving June to deal with that alone. I scrolled through ways in my head to help her without getting involved. Eladia! Eladia! I heard a guy's voice calling somewhere nearby. I remember Eladia was the name of one of June's friends from information I gathered about her. Lala! Another voice sounded, but instead it was a girl's. I pulled up my hood and followed the voices till I saw the two people walking around calling that girl's name. Hey you! I yelled, getting their attention, thinking quickly about what to say. The girl turned and looked at me, then tugged on the guy's jacket. Ming! She said urgently. The Ming guy turned and looked at me as well. He was freaking tall, with short brownish blackish hair and brown eyes. I kind of felt small. Hey, do you guys know June? She's friends with this Eladia chick, I asked, trying really hard not to show my fear. Did something happen to June too? The girl said, panickingly. She ran up to me closer than I like people being if I wasn't slitting their throats. Kinda not yet, I muttered. A group of thugs showed up, I think. One was holding a girl. She could have been... Eladia! The girl shrieked. I backed away a bit, knowing if she saw my face, there'd be less of a chance of her believing me. Take us to her, the girl said. Sasha, wait, the guy spoke up. How do we know we can trust this guy? He put his hand on Sasha's shoulder. She sighed. We have to trust him, Shiming. What other choice do we have? I sighed. I sighed in relief when Shiming nodded. June's point of view. As I was surrounded by the thugs, other than the leader and the one holding Eladia, 3 was still plenty to overpower me, though I couldn't give up. Not right in front of Eladia like that. So I guess I'm going to have to power through it until the end. You should just give up, little girl, one of the thugs sneered at me. I hated being called a little girl, though I held my tongue. I knew if some sharp words could probably get me in more trouble. Changing the situation from clumsy, cocky-ass bitches, cocky, clumsy-ass jerks, to pissed-off, raging hellhounds. One of them grabbed my ass. I whipped around and, only to be confronted by a kiss on the lips. I kneed the guy in the balls hard. He keeled over and groaned in pain. Groaning in pain. That's when the fight broke out. The 2 guys who were left lunged at me. They started throwing punches and kicks. I just spent the entire time dodging them. I didn't have time to throw any of my own, because the second I went to hit one, the other would be able to get a hard-hitting blow. I wouldn't be able to continue. I hadn't realized one of them got behind me. He wrapped his arms around my neck. I headbutted him as hard as I could, in the face with the back of my head. When the guy let go, I felt something crash against my head, knocking me to the ground. One guy kicked my stomach, knocking the wind out of me, and before I knew it, I was being kicked over and over and over again. I could hear Eladia scream my name, barely, more than a muffled noise. I started to black out. Jeff's point of view. When we came in the sight of the place I left June, I saw June lying on the floor. Rage quickly built up in my stomach. I reached for my knife, and then I realized I wouldn't be able to do that with those 2 here. I looked at Shiming and Sasha, but I will kill them, though I just not here. Not now. Get the hell away from her, Sasha hissed, punching one of the men. She looked at me. Get June, and Shining and I can handle this. She continued beating the crap out of the guy. Once all three were out of my way, I gently picked June up bridal style. She opened her eyes and looked at me. Jeff, she said weakly. I nodded. She closed her eyes again and rested her head on my shoulder. I realized right then I loved her, and I don't want anything to hurt her. Alright guys, that's the end of chapter 2. Thanks for watching. Chapter 3 should hopefully, maybe, be up tomorrow, or what day is it today? Or tomorrow or Wednesday. Sorry it took so long with me in doing chapter 2, because it was a bit of a hassle. I had to redo a lot of videos, and I had a lot of videos I was posting, and yeah, it took a while. Sorry about that. And there was a lot of distractions, okay? But yeah, I will try to get things up at least once or every 2 days, okay? I will try and have chapter 3 done by tomorrow. Well, bye! Thanks for watching!